Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to D Smith. Let's go. Welcome to today's session. Today's session is the game jealous of Kendrick Lamar. So, according to reports, the game thought Kendrick Lamar dissed him. Check this out. Glasses Malone discussed. Welcome to the session. Let's go.
Stat Quo just on Justin's podcast. Justin
That's the other
podcast,
show.
third verse.
Yeah. Third verse, yeah.
Which I'm gonna do tomorrow. The third verse. And they were I think they were talking about the verses I didn't see leading into the conversation, but Stat revealed that Chuck thought Dot was dissing him in different songs.
So this is my thing, right? So if me and you ever have me and you on the phone and we talking, I'm not gonna bring out our conversation that we had in a public platform, B. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something like that. And another thing right now, if Game would have revealed that he thought that to the public, by all means, I was on the phone with Game, this, and he told me that too. He told me that first before he told everybody else. You want to be the first person to reveal this shit. Like,
seemed like it happened a while ago.
But if Game wanted people to know that shit, he would have. You think Game would have said that?
What if this is why Chuck be acting like that?
It probably is though. But who are you to give the reason of why he acting like that for?
Yeah.
He didn't want everybody to know that's why he was acting like that.
I never would have thought Dot would be dissing Chuck.
Nah, I didn't think so either.
Like, I know how much reverence
and I don't think
everybody have for Chuck.
I think it would have came on GNX if anything. Like after he did the whole not choosing, not saying playing that middle ground and shit, then I think it would have been on that, but not like us.
You know what's odd is for as secure as Game present, part of it has to be like a level of insecurity. Sometimes I tell him, I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Cause like you're the Game, fool. Like what are you talking about? Like, how could I be this confident with all I've accomplished and this motherfucker is acting like he don't have the confidence? Like, why would Dot diss you? Like, this is back in those times when niggas had a reverence. Not that you had did a bunch of shit that niggas kind of look at suspect, but nigga, you Chuck. Nigga, like, niggas got like love for you. Like, it don't matter how you act. What you do is like this unspoken thing that we all know your ass is crazy and we all got love for you.
I think when the king get taken down from his throne, insecurity starts setting in. Then when they start looking at feeling like there's another king up there on the throne where they used to be at, that's when the insecurity starts setting in. You feel what I'm saying? Like why I'm not still king. That's when the insecurity starts setting in, I think.
No, we're not talking about now recently. We saying back then songs like
even
Control.
Back then.
We're not talking about now. They're talking about times like Control, Heart Part 4. Okay. They're talking about older songs. They talking about 2014, 13, 15, 16, 17.
He ain't been on the throne. He wasn't on the throne then, no evil though.
But I'm saying he was saying he thought Dot was dissing him then.
You heard them songs just seem like it could be construed that way?
No, not to me, but I also know the reverence that we all like. Chuck is in his head. I talk to the homies, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, so it's different. Like, I know the real reverence. Even like Nips, all of us really had a different reverence for Chuck. It didn't matter how crazy he acted. Yeah. It was like, nigga, that's Game. Like, nigga, you know what I mean? It was like, you know, we all of us fucked with him. We all, you know, liked him. So, I mean, we liked what he meant culturally.
So does Chuck really believe this in his mind, or somebody just saying that?
No, I think he really believes this.
Wow.
Because that's kind of, you know what makes him like a good artist? Like, great artists wear their emotions on their sleeve. Like, I'm not as great of an artist as I can be because I don't wear my emotions on my sleeve the correct way. You know what I mean? Like a person like Tupac. Tupac wore his emotions on his sleeve, man. If he thought it was a tenth of a diss, he's finna be on your ass. A tenth of a diss. You know what I mean? Great artists like if you listen to people talk about Jay-Z, they be like, whatever offend Jay-Z, be everything offend Jay-Z. Jay-Z saw this, he mad. You know what I mean? Like great artists tend to wear their emotions on their sleeve. So Chuck is somebody to me who wears his emotions on his sleeve. And he always been like that. But I think also it can make you vulnerable to shit that really don't make sense. And so I believe Chuck could really be like, man, niggas is dissing me. And it's like, nigga.
Could Game be jealous overall that Dot made it to a level that he hasn't attained?
I mean, I think it's possible for him to possibly be envious, but I don't know if I really believe that Chuck could. Okay.
If you believe Chuck believes that, and you see nothing that Doc could have done, that could offend Game like that, then there has to be some jealousy like Trap is leading on to.
I think humans naturally flock to that, and have you ever been envious of somebody? Like most people say somebody else is envious, but they never have admitting that they've been envious to relate the emotion.
Not to the point where I'm gonna fabricate something.
But that's my point. Like, I don't know if
I don't think I ever been.
Emotions don't work simple, right? Because it's like, to me, Chuck couldn't be really envious of Doc because he could have actually achieved a lot more. But he did some things that he wanted to do when other people that would support him didn't want him to do them. And he knows this as a fact. So could he project? Possibly, but deep down, that's like, let's say it's $100 sitting right here on top of this speaker. And you thinking about walking to that $100, but you don't walk. But you saw it first. And you sitting right there looking at that $100. And then I walk up and just pick up the $100.
I'll be like, nigga, that's my 100 up there.
But could you really be envious? Could that logically make sense if you could have just walked up and grabbed the $100?
So you say he could be mad at himself?
That's the only person Chuck could ever be mad at. If he ever told, he could lie to anybody else.
Yeah.
But he can't lie to himself. That's probably the hardest person to lie to. And I don't believe you could lie to yourself. I believe the truth, yourself is going to tell yourself the truth. So when Chuck looks at everything that he feels like if Dot obtained whatever he feels is more than he obtained, it would be a lot of it is based off decisions he made and interests that everybody told him not to do that were in support of him. Like if he mad at Dre, he got to be mad at himself because he know what he did.
Can Game ever say he fucked up? Is he that kind of nigga that'll never admit he fucked up?
I ain't never in my life. I don't know if he said that. I don't watch enough of his interviews. I probably the table watch a lot of his interviews. I never saw an interview where Game was like, man, I did this wrong.
Okay. So
like if Game actually ever tells the true story, what happened between him and 50 Cent, Game is wrong. And he'll probably, I know he knows that.
That's what I'm saying. Like he knows himself, but he will never admit it to everybody else.
But I also think, so just like you can have insecurities, I think it's an arrogance of a lot of people, a niche of people that think the world is stupid. And I do believe a lot of people do not think much of people. Chuck, to me, is one of them.
No, I can see your insecurities on him being mad at himself for something he didn't grab when he should have.
So I don't know if you could really have an envious attitude. Like if there's $100 right here and you don't go grab it, you sit right there and stare at it, and then I walk up and pick it up.
Yeah, you had to be
could
mad
you
at
really
yourself.
be envious of me?
No.
Could you be like, man?
I think the Game can't get out his own way. He can't get out his own way. He is the problem. Think about it.
And I wish I had that $100. Nigga, you could have walked up and grabbed that $100 100 times. And you decided, man, going to get that, whatever you was doing was more important than go pick up that $100.
Maybe he mad because he didn't share the 100 with him. Like if you grab it, I would think like, hey, we're gonna go out and get something.
So I don't know. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if he could truly be envious of.
I don't think it's.
I don't would like to believe that.
No, I don't think it's. It's more like you say insecurities of, of not reaching the things or grabbing what was there at the time. But to fabricate stories or to look at something in multiple songs that's not there, that's something different.
Well, I think at that point, then the insecurities come in of like, how do somebody feel? Part of it could be Game could look now and be like, man, I could have did a lot more for people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe Chuck thought like I could do a lot more for people, and that could breed a level of insecurity. You don't know because I'm not in his head.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe in no world niggas is dissing. Like, niggas love this nigga, man. Like, you know what I mean? He just mean too much for every, like, no matter. Look, every nigga can complain about what Chuck didn't do, but he did a lot for people. And it's hard for him not to know. So I'm sure in his mind, he's like, man, I could have probably did more. But truthfully, the way we see it is like, yeah, but you did a lot.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know. I think that would have to be driving if he felt some kind of way. It couldn't be like niggas' attitude towards him. I mean, you just never know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know if I would, like I said, I don't really put jealousy off on people that obvious. Like, I don't know, because I can't necessarily, you know what I mean, relate. Like to you know what I mean? I don't know if I could relate. Does that make sense?
In your mind, there's nothing for the Game to be jealous about.
Yeah. Like, how? How could he actually be envious?
They could go to the same place. They could do the same things and things like that.
Yeah. I don't know, but that don't mean that it ain't right. I mean, that don't mean that I'm right. So, you know, I just don't know. Like, even when we talk about the table all the time, I'm like, they're telling me, and I'm like, I don't know, because to me, like, I know more about what's happening. Mm-hmm. But again, emotions is emotions, and you can't control emotions. Feel me? You can't control emotions. So it's like, maybe it is something you feel. You know, maybe it is. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm not going, unless I was certain. Does that make sense? Like, if I was certain, like if he told me, like, yeah, G man, I feel like, you know, then maybe I could say that. Then I would say that. But right now, I knowing the truth, like, of what happened throughout all our journeys, it would really not be okay if Game was envious of Kendrick. That would be like heartbreaking to me. Because then it would show the ultimate it would show the ultimate lack of accountability.
You make me think Trap might be right. Trap, you think he'll do some type of antic tomorrow? Because that's what Glasses make me think, like, this nigga Game about to do something.
You can't hear you, Trap, if you're talking.
No, I don't think he's gonna do nothing. I mean, unless it was
He wouldn't do nothing all this time, man. If listen, the truth.
That's why I don't think Homeboy should have said anything about that shit. That's why I don't think he should have said anything. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't think it was that bad. I mean, I feel you. It's certain things I'm not gonna say, like, and it's not, shout out to the table. It's not fair to y'all for me to talk around things. And I know sometimes we have to do that, but we also got to be mindful that some of this information ain't my business to pass on to y'all. Like,
Exactly.
Chuck needs to tell y'all some of this shit. At least to me.
Yeah,
part of it is being a street nigga. Like, I can't just be telling y'all, like, the Chuck and 50 Cent, like, he needs to tell y'all that. What happened with him and Dre initially over that shit, 50 needs to tell y'all. That's their business to tell y'all. You know what I mean? But trust me, everything that happened, Chuck could have did some shit different. Here's the fact too. I say this. Nothing happened to Chuck. He made it happen. That's another thing. Nothing happened to him. He did that shit. So to me, any signs of, if there was signs from Chuck about being envious, I'd be upset with him, because it's like, nigga, you got everything. What are you talking about? How could you be envious? Nigga, you had it. Nigga, you had 50 Cent, The Game. Nigga, Eminem is on your first project. You had everything. Nigga, you had everything. And nigga, your first album 5-6 times platinum. Nigga, every decision you made after is the only reason whatever you thought could have happened didn't happen. So I would be fucking upset at him about that shit. I'd be really upset at him. Like, bro, that's like Dot. Dot made decisions. And again, sometimes you can be right and wrong. And when you get them wrong, you got to own them. And when you get them right, you get credit. Like Dot. Dot, to me, one of the greatest sacrifices Kendrick makes to me is not participating online.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't be online. That's a fact.
That's a sacrifice. A sacrifice for Kendrick to let niggas play with his name, to let niggas disrespect him online, to not get at niggas and check niggas. That is a fucking flat out, like, that shit hurts. I know that nigga done told me he don't like niggas playing with his name, and like that shit means something. So to make that sacrifice, right? To make that sacrifice and allow niggas to play with your name in public and have to have other niggas speak facts into existence so niggas could have a context, and niggas who wouldn't even breathe near you this way say shit and you don't say nothing to them.
That
is
level.
A sacrifice.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level.
That in that discipline, you probably end up with more.
Yeah, that's a hell of a level.
You end up with more. So I think, you know, sometimes like that discipline, that's a different discipline. Because that nigga see all the shit happening online. If you said something about this nigga, he know it, and it ain't over. I'm telling you, like, he not like.
So, is the game jealous of Kendrick Lamar? Who knows? The game, dropped in 2005. Kendrick dropped in 2011. First album, game, according to some, classic. Kendrick, it took time for him to reach the level of success that Game did. And like Glasses said, Game gets in its own way. I said that also. You had 50 Cent. You had Dr. Dre. You could have worked with Eminem. Them like probably the greatest 3 to 4 people of all time. Think about it. You could have been included in that list, but nope. Your ego got in the way. It is jealousy. Ego, who knows? But let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to the session. Drop a comment.